Ciao everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am in my new flat. I'm back in the city center. I have this really cool red couch because my flat is like half furnished, and over the last couple of weeks I've been slowly buying new pieces of furniture. I'm really excited to buy some art and make this place a new home. So this is where I will be recording. I hope this is okay. The lighting is not like my last flat, which had such great lighting. Oh my gosh. I have some lighting. I need to buy some curtains because now I can see my neighbor's place and they can see my place. And I'm just really, I don't like to look into other people's homes. Anyways, today's topic, I want to dive into motherhood and how, as a single child-free woman living this big, beautiful life, why I'm actually really happy to be single and child-free. And I know that might come to a surprise because as I'm settling here in Serbia, and it was actually Mother's Day in the US on this past Sunday, this life I've been living, and a lot of people ask, Blair, do you want to get married? Blair, do you want to have children? Blair, find yourself a nice Serbian man and have Serbian babies. And honestly, there's a lot that I still want to accomplish. And the way I've been able to navigate the world and just pick up and move and explore and be what appears to be carefree, nothing is carefree. It's because I am single and I don't have children. I think Serbian society is a wonderful place to have a family because this society is designed for families. Children are loved, children are celebrated here. People bring their children everywhere in restaurants, children play outside. It's safe for children here. There are very few countries that I imagine myself when I was traveling all over the world the last 10 years, I was like, this would be a great place. Serbia is like the number one place I would say is a wonderful place to raise children. From what I see on the outside, I have friends that have children. I know other foreigners that have children. It's a really safe place to have children. From what I understand, mothers do get the paid maternity leave. Correct me if I'm wrong, it depends on the company, but they have the paid maternity leave. I always see fathers out with their children, pushing the carriages, playing with their children. I see children playing, especially in the summertime, till like 9, 10 o'clock at night. Teenagers roaming around the city. It's safe. I'm not sure if they have an expensive daycare system here, because in the US, and we'll talk about that later, it is just so expensive just not only to exist, but to raise happy, confident, productive children. And while Serbia is a developing country, I can imagine myself, once I reach some of my goals, having children here. But from what I observed over the last couple of years, this is a wonderful society to have children. Other places that I've lived in and traveled in where I think it's a great place to have children, Finland. I dated a Finnish guy, and Finland actually it's like the happiest country in the world. There's a lot of not only social programs to support, but motherhood. If you know the concept baby box, that was actually invented in Finland, where every child, no matter what their parents' income, had a start in life. So parents got a baby box where you have the diapers, you have clothes, you have books, you have, those little orange scissors where you cut the infant's nails. That came from Finland. I know all this because I was with a Finnish guy for a long time, and I was just like, we need to get married, and we're gonna have 4 kids. It didn't work, but Finland's a wonderful place to have children. When I was living in Singapore, that's a wonderful place. I would say for an expat, perfect place to raise a family because it is so safe. And though expensive, you have a lot of social programs, you have helpers, especially if you have money, you could raise, brilliant, productive, happy children that, go to good schools, travel all over the world. Singapore is a great place. New Zealand is also another cool place, I would have to say. But for now, top of my list, Serbia is a wonderful place to have children. As far as why I'm happy to be single and child-free, as an American woman, growing up and seeing some of the girls now that I grew up with that are married and have children, the primary problem is, and this is not going to be popular to say, men. A lot of American men are not supportive partners or husbands, Men just want to go to work and then come home and just not do anything. What American women have today with motherhood is just American society is not designed policy-wise to support families. We don't have the universal health care. We don't have universal child care. We don't have affordable higher education. It's now as expensive to send your child to daycare as it is to send a child to a state university. So you can spend up to $20,000 a year on preschool, depending on the state. And motherhood is very isolated in the US. Now, for me, I have to say I'm extraordinarily privileged because I grew up with my whole entire extended family, my maternal extended family. So my grandparents, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, and I never had to go to daycare. And I'm the youngest of 4 girls. So very few Americans have the whole extended family system to support the new mothers or new families when they're raising children. And even till this day, I remember when my older sister had my niece and nephew, she and her husband lived with me and my sister at the time. So she had sisters, aunts and uncles, cousins, everyone around. So from my mother's generation, my sister's generation, me and my other 2 sisters don't have children, but my niece and nephew have that whole entire, I guess, village of aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents to help raise them. And many Americans do not have that. So for me, at this stage of my life, the way I've traveled around the world, I would have to literally buy my village, which the only circumstance I would really raise children if I do have a cooks and cleaners and the nannies, and be in a place where I can comfortably raise children that are safe to go to school, to play outside. Again, I'm a 90s baby, so I was in the age of the internet where you had dial-up internet. And now when I see my niece and nephew, everyone has a smartphone, they have an iPad. Like, it's just a whole different world out there. And most importantly for me, I want to have a trifecta lifestyle. So I don't want to just live in one place. I want to have one country I can call my home and then have 2 other places with residencies where I could just live temporarily or holiday. So this lifestyle that I dream of, I've seen people live. It's very important, not only just have money, but have a supportive partner. At this stage, it's best to be single and child-free versus just living in a hostile country with a useless partner and unfortunately the burdens of children that you have to not only just parent and raise and nurture, but for those that wonder, Blair, are you gonna find a nice Serbian man and have children here? Let's see. But at this stage of my life, I know to finding a partner, I need someone that has the same faith as me. I'm Jewish, so I don't want to marry or have children with someone that doesn't have the same faith. So most Serbs are Orthodox Christians, so for me, I don't want to have an interfaith marriage. Aside from that, I think it's great for women to stay single and child-free until they get what they want, or just never settle. Because will I get married and have a beautiful Serbian family? Who knows? But I'm really happy at this stage of my life, and motherhood, from what I see here in Serbia, it's loving, it's supportive. Mothers have friends, they have a community, they have their relatives to help. It's not as isolating as I see in the US. And many Serbian women are some of the most beautiful women I've seen, and even as mothers, they don't look tired and miserable like I see for many American women. So that's my thoughts. Let me know in the comment section if you're a mother, like what is motherhood like for you in Serbia. If you're an expat foreigner here, let me know what motherhood is like for you and your thoughts.